Okay, the academic writing test lasts for 1 hour. You'll be given 2 writing tasks. One is data analysis. They'll give you a graph, a table, a pie chart, or a bar chart to analyze. I will show you how to do that. Now, remember, this particular task should not exceed 20 minutes, okay? The task 2 is an essay. It's actually an opinion essay where you compare, just like an argumentative essay, where you compare and you bring out your own opinion. Okay, so let's look at the task 1, which should not exceed 20 minutes because you need to manage your time. You'll have just 1 hour for this paper. Now, this is a sample of the question. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. The graph below shows radio and television audiences throughout the day in 1992. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. What they're actually trying to tell you is that you should be brief. Now, this is the graph. What you do is to study the graph before you start writing about the features and the comparisons. Let me open the graph picture here so that, okay. Good, so I'll just be toggling. Now, you have the question now. What I want you to do is to summarize the information. So let's look at the information. Before we look at the information, let me take you through this. Now, the first step is to paraphrase the question. I know the major challenge most IELTS candidates have is how to begin the task, how to begin their response. So the first thing is to paraphrase the question. This is the question. Summarize the information by selecting this. Sorry, the question is, the graph below shows radio and television audiences throughout the day in 1992. So when starting this question, or the first paragraph, your first sentence, just rephrase the question. For example, when you rephrase the question, it simply means changing the synonyms or the word order. You can just change the arrangement, and that's all, as long as you retain the meaning. For example, taking IELTS is mandatory if you want to study in Canada. Now, if you look at this paraphrased sentence, if you intend to study in Canada, you need to take the IELTS. Is there anything different from the two?
No.
You just change the words, right? So that's how to begin the writing task 1. Now, if you go back to that question, it said the graph below shows radio and television audiences throughout the day in 1992. Audiences for radio and television is clearly shown in the graph during the day in 1992. This is how to begin. Paraphrase, rephrase the question, okay? Make sure you start this way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's the first one. The second one, you continue. You know, this would just be in a sentence, right? And remember, you need to be brief because do not exceed that 150 words. Just dance around that figure. Then discuss key features. You know, you're looking at this graph now, okay? Discuss the key features and changes. Now, let's look at the graph. I believe you can see my screen clearly.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell me the features, what you will notice. Now, the short dash represents the radio, as you can see here in the key box. The long dash represents the television. Now, on this y-axis, you have the percentage of the UK population, okay? For on the x-axis, you have the period. This is 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock a.m., right? Through to p.m. Now, can you tell me the features of the radio and the television? Let's go.
The radio increases is in percentage of UK population from 6 to 12 and steadily decreases.
From 6 to 12, the radio is not up to 12. If you look at this, this is between 8 a.m. and, can you see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you can see my cursor, the radio viewers starts rising from 6 a.m. Definitely that's when people usually get up from bed, right? Now,
Yes.
it starts rising to, if you look at this middle, between 8 and 10, that should be around 9 a.m., right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the radio viewers rises from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then drops. Then by 3 p.m., it rises again. And by 5 p.m., it starts taking another downturn, down, deeper.
Yeah.
Then by 10 p.m., it goes up a bit, then goes down to 2 p.m. in the midnight, okay, or early hours of the morning, and then, starts, moving up gradually. The television rises, but not up to the radio percentage. Rises a bit, but by 8 p.m. in the evening, it gets to its peak. Okay? That means television viewers, they usually, you can notice that from the evening, that's when television viewers start watching their programs. From 4 p.m., you see it starts going up, 8 o'clock, then 12, it starts coming down from 8, down, 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 down. Okay, these are the things you are going to write. Now, let's look at what I just did now. It is quite noticeable that in the early hours of the morning, between 6 and 8, many people tune on the radio, as you can see here, between 6 and 8, right? I should have said 9, because this is around 9. Many people, about how many percentage, please?
25%.
Thank you very much. That's very smart of you. That's about 25%. Okay, so it rises. And if you look at it, that's the highest point. That means the radio viewers reach their peak in the morning between 9, 8, and 10. And the highest is 25%. What I'm trying to say here is that we have more television viewers in the UK than radio viewers. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go back. So this might be okay, on their way to work while driving. Now, I just added this. The reason why this radio might be going up, people might be listening to radio when they're going to work. That might just be the reason, or just like people like listening to early morning shows, okay? That's just my reason. You don't need to give any reason. What you need to do is just to discuss the features you noticed in the graph analysis, okay? Now, just make sure you discuss the graph from the beginning to the end. Now, look at something around 1 o'clock. What did you notice?
It steadily dropped.
Radio and TV, there's something somehow similar around 1 o'clock.
As the radio dropped, the TV usage increased by 1 o'clock.
Okay,
That's
now if you look, if you look at this area, this point, at this point, the radio viewers and the television viewers, they are both around 15%. That means people are listening to the radio at the same time and also watching TV, more people. Did you see that? Did you notice that here at this point where they are touched? Okay, so while the radio drops, the TV goes up a bit, but does not drop as low as the radio, then it's sky rockets. Okay, so these are the things you are going to discuss in your analysis. Now, support your response with reference from the data. That's by mentioning all these by 2 o'clock, 10%. You know what I mean now?
Yes.
So when you say the radio viewers rise, you support the rise by 25% between 8 and 10, or let's just say 9 a.m. Okay, so you support your opinions with the data from the graph. Okay, the TV rises in the morning and drops between 10 and 12. So Mentioning 10 and 12. The TV drops between 10 and 12. Yeah, okay, 10 and 12, it drops a bit. So mentioning all these statistics is actually what I mean here by supporting your reference with data from the graph. Now, when you are done writing, IELTS frowns at this. The examiners actually frown at this. So make sure you get your spellings correctly. Okay, make sure you get your grammar correctly too. Just use the simple and correct English, and make sure you sequence correctly. Organize your ideas in paragraphs. Okay, now let me show you how you'll be graded. The marking criteria 0 to 9. You know, every aspect, every paper is graded 0 to 9. And there are 4 areas, just like we had in the listening. Okay. The first one is task achievement. Did you cover this topic? Did you discuss the television and radio audiences in UK in 1992? Did you cover everything? That's the content. 2, how did you connect your ideas? Did your ideas flow from one sentence to the other, from one paragraph to the other? The lexical resource, did you use sufficient vocabulary? Then your grammar usage, okay? So now this is writing task 2. Sorry, do you have any question with on this writing task 1? It's just graph analysis. You just have to be brief. Do you have any question here?
No.
It's quite clear. Now I'm recording this so that I will send you the video so that you can actually go through again. The IELTS academic writing task 2, here you should spend about 40 minutes. They will give you a topic and it's an essay. You give reasons for your answer. You can say, you can agree, you can also disagree, just like opinions, argumentative essay. Some people say that all popular TV entertainment programs should aim to educate viewers about important social issues. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? Now, give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. They want you to give evidence. So this is what you're going to do for me today. Okay, I'm going to send this to you. I'll send this to you right now. Let me see if I can drop it. No, I can not drop it in your chat. I'll send this to you as an email. I want you to attempt this question, okay, and send your response to me via email, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, remember the marking criteria. Just like I said, I'm recording this video. I'll send the link to you. So please make sure you observe the punctuation marks, the spellings, and the grammar, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question before I send these materials to you? You can start the task now, but at least you can submit by tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but I would like to get the graph analysis task today, at least, because it's just about 150 words and you shouldn't spend more than 20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll send them to you via email right now.